Hey, folks, let's get into it. Jason Unruhe is mad at Russian Times America. Let's hear what this fool has to say. Because honestly, I'll say my points when I come up to him. So here we go. Excuse me. Here we go. I know. Okay, here we go.
I'll tell you what, in today's video...
take a look at the bald. He's balding. Oh, Jason Unruhe.
I just want to point out something that's been really aggravating me lately. All right. RT. Basically, anybody who watches this show would know who RT is.
That's because he uses clips of RT all the time, basically for quick little stuff. Talking about like Vermin Supreme and this and that. It's like, and now this fool feels an obligation to say something because they say some reactionary stuff. All right.
Here's my question. What the hell is RT even doing? Now,
it's RT America.
I'll have to elaborate on that a bit. Okay, so you've got Black Lives Matter, a righteous struggle against an unjust system. And
Black Lives Matter took credit for the riots. They didn't actually do the riots. Like I say, I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. When people like D. Ray McKesson, one of the former organizers of BLM, is writing for GQ magazine, you have to question how legitimate are they. When they get money from Israel, I kind of have to question their legitimacy. So the thing is, I will just say that BLM compromised, and ultimately, it's not going to go. And I guess I've taken the L that these riots are going to go somewhere. Is that the cops are going to be severely limited, as apparently in Camden, New Jersey. So I guess I take the L on that. I guess something did change. Ultimately, the cops will they will just be in a privatized form where they can do whatever the hell they want to, and they're not going to be subject to the United States laws or Miranda or anything else like that. So, I mean, good job, I guess. If BLM, if you want to take credit for that, go right ahead. But yeah. Okay.
And it would seem that RT would certainly respect the struggle of African Americans against police abuse.
African Americans against police. The thing is, it's just he's so chunky and so fat. You can hear him in his voice. He sounds fat in his voice. It's like, bruh, I'm a little bit chunky, but bruh, I sound like I'm a thin dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like, come on, man.
But then publishing white supremacist garbage.
Have you ever been on Russia Insight? Have you ever been on Russia Insight? I'm not even... Anyone that that has been on the internet any length of time knows about Russia Insight and uns.com. It's like, and I don't have any problem with either one of those. There we go. Hypocrisy. But it's like they are hugely Wignat. They publish Wignat stuff. It's like in an article, I think, last year now, I think, they're praising Leon DeGrelle. Talk about how great and based and red-pilled he was. It's like, come on, man. Are you freaking kidding me? It's like, get mad at RT all you want to, but it's like, dude, what do you expect? And it's like, tell us, sore. It's like, go ahead and listen to Tell Us Sword. Go ahead and read Tell Us Sword. Go ahead and watch their YouTube channel. I mean, who cares? I mean, honestly, they're just boring, but yeah, go ahead.
Posing as op-eds. Okay. So you had a bunch of liberals and white people kissing the feet of black people.
It's all just liberals. It's all just liberals. It's just all the liberals.
Stupid liberal racialist, not necessarily racist, but racialist stunt.
Get that. Can you get that fly off your shoulder, bruh? Get that fly off your shoulder. You look ridiculous. Look at look at that face. He looks. All right, go ahead.
And this idiot writing this op-ed, and this is just one example, the anti-PC professor decided that this was a struggle session and that it's Maoism. Apparently, this is what Dum thinks.
Dum thinks that. Ooh. Are you going to talk anything about the about the Cultural Revolution at all? Are you going to talk about putting dunce caps on people's heads and, making them apologize and whatnot? I'm just like, I respect China for what it is today. It's like, come on, bro. Are you really not going to? But of course, I know people like him have no. They're dumb. He's dumb.
And I'm sorry for the name calling, but you're either too stupid to understand what a
Dumb. I'm sorry for the name calling. No, I wish you would said something better, like imbecile or idiot, or actually used a word not dumb. Kyle, are you 5 years old? Are you wanting a sucker? Is that a lollipop? Yeah, a sucker. A lollipop. A little dumb lollipop for you, little boy.
a struggle session is, or you're too stupid to look up what it is. You're stupid way. This reminds me of things like the struggle sessions of the Red Guards during Mao's China. I would like you to point to exactly one example where people were kissing other people's feet during the struggle sessions in Revolution.
Well, wow. Are we going to make it a 1-to-1 comparison? I'm sorry. You can say what you want to, but it's like, as I said previously, putting dunce caps on people's heads and making them beg for forgiveness. What the hell are you talking about, man?
China. Let me help you out with that. There are none. You completely found that out of whole cloth.
See, the thing is that Jason is one of these. He still wants Mao. He still wants China to be Maoist. It's like, look, bruh, China wised up. All right, that's all China did. That's my opinion on it. They wised up. Once Mao Zedong died in 1976, they were like, okay, apart from the cringe lords like Chong, his wife, Chong something, I can't think of her name offhand, and the other gang of four who were just, and the other supporters of Mao, were properly BTFO'd because they were so cringe. I mean, it's just like, I guess I am a dangus. Screw it. Screw it. Just call me a dangus. I don't care. But I like China today because you know what? They actually have respect for their own history. They respect the legacy of Chinese martial arts. And I know, once again, I show my biases, but the thing is that they still have respect for the Chinese martial arts. And it's not just wushu. They're not just promoting wushu as the under Maoism, or under Mao's leadership, I should say. And pushing this idea. Ooh, well, and I know traditional martial arts still existed under Mao. I realize that. I do. But it's like, in general, they did promote as a priority wushu. Even someone like Jet Li, who went to the United States, I think, in 1972. I want to say, he was on the White House lawn. Anyway, please explain this to me. Let's speed this shit up because I can't listen to this shit all day. Hey, I'm sorry. I got a life. Not much of a life, but still.
The point was to say, oh, look, the cultural Marxists are taking over without actually using the term cultural Marxist. Okay, so we gather that this anti-PC professor is an idiot and doesn't know what they're talking about. All right, there's plenty of idiots that don't know what they're talking about. But RT, who would know? Why would you publish something so stupid? I understand publishing a dissenting opinion, but this was...
It's RT America. Why do you think that RT is all the same? That's like saying that CNN India has connection with CNN here in the United States. Probably not, bro. It probably doesn't. It's the same thing. he doesn't understand how, once again, he doesn't understand how modern politics or modern media works today. But yeah, go ahead. Oh, shit.
It was just idiotic. And there seems to be a lot of these kinds of articles coming out of RT now, like, oh, basically low-key, dog-whistling, anti-black articles. And I've noticed that. Things that were written specifically to make people who were already white, racists who were already white, more racist.
I'm at the point now. I'm nearly at the point where it's just like, I don't want to hear anyone use the term dog whistle ever again. And I know it will continue to be used, but it's like, you're just a freaking loser. I'm sorry. But it's like the fact that you have to use dog whistle, ree. You're an idiot. I'm just going to tell you that right now. You are a moron. I'm not going to just say dumb like that. And also, I think that you're an overprivileged piece of shit if you use terms like dog whistle, because ultimately you will do nothing to change that. Nothing, nada, zilch, zero, zippo, whatever, whatever other word I have for it. But it's like that, you will do nothing to prevent that. About around dog whistles. Guess what? Dog whistles adapt. But go ahead, dipshit.
And I'm noticing that a lot more. And that really started to take off when these BLM protests over the death of George Floyd began. Now, logic would dictate that there was one thing, the U.S. empire to fall, so that they can stop sanctioning it, etc.
Based. Yeah, based. I'm just going to say that. Great. Well done. Good. That's a good thing.
Okay, I understand that. It's not like I oppose the destruction of the American empire. But here's my problem. No, I should backtrack and explain. They're intentionally trying to wipe out vision rather than standing on the side of justice. Now, there's a difference between...
You think that the United States has done the same thing? Well, they just learned, and the thing is that they did it before. The Soviet Union did the same thing. It's just like, so what? The Soviet Union, well, I think that, some, agitprop type folks, they painted swastikas everywhere and tried to say that, it's just like, who cares? So what? And the racial division, you don't need that much. You don't need that much propaganda out there to promote racial division in the United States. You don't need that much. It's right there. You just have to dig barely a foot in the ground of, how people, of talking to people. You could talk to them for about maybe 10 or 15 minutes, not necessarily a white person. They'll deny, of course, racism for the most part. White people will deny racism immediately and say, no, I'm not racist. But you ask a black person what they think about an Asian supermarket, or more specifically, a Korean supermarket in Brooklyn, you're gonna have some tension, especially if you in LA, especially in Los Angeles. But come on, man, really?
Supporting Black Lives Matter and opposing police violence, and deliberately going out there and trying to whip up hatred against black.
Once again, it's gonna be. I've said this in a tweet, but one day people like Jason Unruhe are finally going to have to pull their heads out of the collective asses and realize that Black Lives Matter is not going to be your savior. To think that, once again, they support the organization. These riots happen without Black Lives Matter. You didn't, once again, it was just, you can't, it's Black Lives Matter co-opted these protests. To think that Black Lives Matter organized these things is fei hua. It is fei hua, and it's a lie. These people just rioted. And then, of course, a couple days later, then the anarchists started to step up and, they started to get involved with things and try to, get their grubby little paws on things. But it's like, in general, this was completely, it was organic. But I think that this is just fake. I'm sorry. Golly, Jason.
Black people. These are two different things. And it seems RT is interested in whipping up hatred towards black people. They're trying to dog whistle, instigate, or goad white people who are already racist against blacks.
Yeah. Once again, apart from, this is something that, of course, mud tankies and, my old school MLs will do, but they'll of course bring up people like, I'm trying to think of it. The guy who sung, I'm trying to think of his name now. I can't think of it. It's almost there. Robeson. Paul Robeson. There we go. Sorry, it was almost there, but it's like, oh, okay, yeah, Paul Robeson. You know, Old Man River and all that type of thing. Of course, him going to the Soviet Union and all that. What people leave out is the fact that his friend, who was part of the Jewish Anti-Fascist League in the Soviet Union, he was sentenced to death. Now, of course, they don't like to mention that, and I know that other people have brought it up, but I think it's always funny, this idea, because, of course, to think that Russian people, you think that the Russians or the collective Soviet people cared about black folks is ridiculous, and it's a lie. Once again, there are plenty of other people besides whites who are going to carry the torch of racism. There will be. And honestly, it's just going to show that people are racist, period. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to go mask off and say there's nothing wrong with that. Whether that video I showed last week of the of the based Aztec the based Aztec descendant who's like, it's just a bunch of N-words, this and that, So there's nothing wrong with that, based racism, bro.
By trying to portray this as some kind of coming race war or something, when that's not what this is about.
I like how, of course, Jason just completely hand waves that stuff away about, white people kissing feet and everything else like that, saying that it's just liberals. And then, of course, when a random troll comes up, which is also in the article, where he talks about, of course, that, a random black dude comes up to this white lady in New York, I think, and says, you have to get on a knee because you suffer from white privilege or something like that. And she did it. She got on her knees. And they did that to several, and he did this to several people. I mean, good troll. I mean, golf clap for that. Golf clap. But it's like, you're not going to hear Jason Unruhe talking about that. Okay.
Okay. Now, I can understand why you do that if you wanted to destroy the American empire, to create division, sow chaos in American society so that it would collapse. Okay. That has its logic to it. You can agree or disagree, but it does have its own logic and reasoning behind it.
Based. Yeah. Marcus Garvey gang. I actually have a book on Marcus Garvey. I may be reading that next once that book comes in. That way we can get a better idea. I also have autobiography of Malcolm X. So there we go. Once again, based New Africa. There you go. Based New Africa. I just got to say it. Okay, go ahead.
And it's not like I oppose destroying the American empire. Here's my problem. The way they're doing it. Off the backs of a righteous protest in the United States.
Righteous protest. Over one, yeah. I mean, if you want to say they're righteous, go right ahead. But it's just an excuse for people to get mad at white supremacy. That's really all it is. It's just an excuse more than anything else. But yeah, go ahead.
Wouldn't it make different sense to support BLM against police brutality for justice? And that fight for justice would eventually undermine the...
Well, probably because, as I said before, is that BLM has been compromised. Is that BLM gets money from Israel. The thing that you would be mad at. Remember when you did a video about Jacobin talking about how they, because they took Zionist money that they were bad, you shouldn't trust them? That's the same type of thing, Jason, is that if you actually... imagine if the tax returns on BLM came up, or one of the main BLM organizations came up, and they found out that they got money from some Israeli organization. Would you shit your pants on that too, or is it only reserved for things that you don't want to? What fucking hypocrite. Go ahead. Golly.
Authoritarian nature of the U.S. government. You could debate whether or not that would be effective at combating foreign policy. I think it would be a step in the right direction, and that it would foreign policy perhaps make it less jingoist. But in the end, it would be better than deliberately whipping up racist sentiment in the United States. Now, here's another thing I take exception to. I commented on that op-ed. The idiot who thinks kissing people's feet is somehow the struggle sessions. And I don't think I have to explain what a struggle session is to my own audience, because they're not functionally brain dead like this guy is. And yes, I'm using a lot of insults because that's how angry I am. I left a comment expressing that and explaining why it was wrong, but I used the word garbage. And the RT website said, "Are you sure you want to post that? This seems potentially offensive." So I said, "Yes, your comment is being held for review." Yet, if you go on any RT article, it is absolutely filled with anti-Semitism, which somehow makes...
Once again, have you... Golly. Once again, bro, do you think that Russia is any... See, this is part of the problem with... This is kind of an Americentric attitude. Now I'm going to go to like the sort of SJW type thing, but this is so Americentric where you think that only white Americans can be racist. No, that's absolutely ridiculous. And once again, China has proven that. Russia has proven that. Russia proved it back during the Soviet Union. If you think that they weren't racist then, you think they didn't like black people. Ooh. Apart from allowing people like Paul Robeson and some black actors and actresses coming to the Soviet Union and giving lip service to people like W.E.B. Du Bois when he visited. They would be what you considered racist. But you're an idiot though. And the fact is that you don't want to study those histories. You don't want to look at those things. You don't want to look at oh my goodness. It's just what a virgin. Golly, what a virgin fool you are. And I know he's not literally a virgin because I know that he likes trannies. So, but yeah.
Makes it through their filters. There are literally scientific articles on black holes, and still the audience finds a way to link it to Jews. I don't know how that's supposed to work. Something about funneling money away from something or other, something about wasting tax money, or something about...
How dare they? Once again, why do you care what people post on RT? What do you care about? It's like, oh my gosh, people post anti-Semitic things on a in comments. Oh my gosh, on RT. Oh my gosh. Once again, have you never heard of Russia Insight? Have you never heard of... Yeah. Oh my good. It just it blows my mind that he is the only reason he is mad about this, in my opinion. The only reason he is mad about this is because he takes, I don't know for sure, but I think he used to be on RT. And so he used to get money from them. Also, for the fact that he uses RT's material. So, he will post videos from RT about it. This is the only reason that he's mad, because he wants to virtue signal and say, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be racist. You shouldn't, That's the only reason he is mad. The only reason he's mad is because he wants to post their videos some more. That's all he's mad about. Go ahead.
I'm sure something that makes no goddamn sense whatsoever. But somehow they always trace it back to Jews. And for some reason, these anti-Semitic comments always make it through RT's filters. Would somebody at RT care to explain that? Like, I can get to some degree wanting to whip up racial division in the United States in order to cause harm to the U.S. empire, but deliberately letting anti-Semitism through for what purpose? It's the comment section, not even like an article itself. RT's explicit broadcasts are the things that it publishes, not necessarily the comments themselves. So why are they letting it through? It's irritating when you want to call...
Please, that's like saying, well, why does YouTube allow anti-Semitic comments? Why does any group allow... Golly, it's just... Once again, I remember that he did a video, I think, where a Wignat was exposed and arrested. I think it was Adam Waffen. Oh no, I think it was about the three guys from Canada who were busted for the Norfolk, Virginia Second Amendment rally. And I think he made his comments and everything. Like said, "Oh yeah, well that's a good thing that they did that." And yet, oh yeah, well, censorship good in this case. Once again, this is a classic attitude of, of just being one-sided about it. Well, it's good that the Wignats and the Nazis get censored and get, BTFO'd and they get doxxed and everything like that. But it's not okay when I want to post something under an RT article that my comment doesn't get to show up. Who cares? This is hypocrisy. Absolute hypocrisy. Go ahead.
Someone on what they're saying is complete nonsense, and it gets held for what endless amounts of anti-Semitic nonsense can get through every time. I would really like some kind of explanation for that. I think RT's audience...
I'd like to talk to your manager. I mean, is he turning into a Karen? You're turning into a Karen, bro. I mean, Oh, this guy's a Karen. He's just like, I want to talk to your manager. I want to talk to your manager because you allow anti-Semitic things to be posted under your things. Just, uh, uh,
Explanation for that. I think the people that support RT are owed an explanation. Now, I know what some of the people in my audience are saying. Well, if you keep going on like this, you're never going to be on RT. Well, if that's the case, then so be it. I mean, I
oh,
think
he's never been on RT. Okay. Well, you're still, yeah. But the thing is, though, is that, yeah, keep saying, once again, you are on press TV. You are on literal Iranian TV. They don't post, anti-Semitic stuff. Come on. What are you kidding me? And I know that the more mainstream Shia clerics and the speakers, the ones that you'll see on Memory TV or whatever the case may be, they'll say, oh well, we don't have any problem with Jews or whatever. We want peace or whatever. But you think that there aren't clerics, and you think that there aren't other people that are saying death to Israel and death to Jews? You think that it's absolute fucking brain dead. Talk about brain dead take. You are brain. Go ahead. Not, I'm just repeating myself. Oh, okay.
it's pretty clear that that's probably not going to happen. Fine. Somehow my heart will move on. Heart will go on. Sorry. But that's what really annoys me.
We don't care about Titanic. Thank you.
Is that RT was so reliable for getting out the stories that other mainstream outlets didn't want you to hear. And having that voice, even
Cope.
the bourgeois capitalist voice, it's still getting the stories that we're not hearing otherwise. And that's what's important. But now they're not doing that anymore. They're kind of filtering, they've cut like half of that out in order to put in white supremacist garbage disguised as op-eds. When half of your op-eds, not even half, lately it's been like almost like the majority of them. I could write a better op-ed than that. And I'm not even a professional writer or a professional douchebag like the guy who wrote the one about the red guards.
Professional douchebag. Golly.
And I could write a better op-ed. Fine, whatever. But RT, you built yourself on telling the stories that the mainstream media won't tell. Even if it doesn't conform to the class lens that a Marxist like myself would like to see it through. It's still the story. But you're not doing that anymore. Or at least you significantly reduced that to put up dog whistling garbage.
You mean that a media company isn't out to cater to people like you? Oh, I'm hurt. I'm so hurt by that. That a media company is not meant to speak to your particular viewpoint? Oh my gosh, you mean they change things to keep up readership and to keep up viewers on their website? Oh, I am shocked. I am shocked. Oh, go ahead. Please.
Better than that. And not only are you better than that, we need you to be better than that.
Oh, we need you to be. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Please tell us what we should do. And you know what they'll say? They'll say, hey, Canadian, how about you shut the fuck up, huh? That's all they'll say. Be like, hey, Canadian, you need to be quiet, okay, blood? Or else we're going to go over there and we're going to smack the shit out you. That's all they have to do. Actually, you know what? Give me 1 second, folks. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that, folks. Let's finish this fei hua up.
We need you to tell us the truth that the mainstream media is not going to tell us. Even if we're going to blatantly disagree with your particular angle on it or viewpoint, we still need that story. And that's my problem with this.
Once again, he admits, once again, that he still has loyalty to RT because he likes their viewpoint. But he wants them to... this is, like I said, this is literally, can I talk to your manager? This is literally what this is.
I just said it and I'm going to say it again. RT, you're better than that. And people need...
You're better than that. Oh, are we doing the Star Wars meme now? Or you were supposed to, or the Tyra Banks meme. We all wanted you to win. We were hoping for you. Yeah. I mean, what is this? This is just so much cope. This is so much cringe. This is something that Wignats have realized already, is that media companies don't care about you, that they will play and that they will cater to their audience. You absolute moron. You numpty, as the British say. You numpty. What are you doing here, mate? What are you doing there, eh? Absolute rubbish tonight. Go ahead, then. Go on.
To be better than that. Whether you like it or not, you have a responsibility to the truth. I know the mainstream media says they have a responsibility to the truth and just lie their ass off, or more specifically, lie by omission. But you, as being the alternative...
This is like... what cope? Golly.
...for the mainstream media, which people don't trust anymore, have a responsibility to the truth. Stand there and say that you're the truth, the alternative from the lies, and then not broadcast the truth. If you're going to take up that mantle, you have a responsibility to follow that. I would really like it if you would get back to that as well. Thank you for watching. If you like
Shut! Oh my gosh! What a load! What a load of fat from this guy. Yeah. Trump is the leader of the Cultural Revolution. Yeah, dang. Yeah, all right, fair enough. Fair enough, Kareem. I mean, but this guy's ridiculous. Yeah, all right. Well, anyway, I thought I'd do that. Anyway, see you later, folks. Bye-bye.